So far the mood with respect to the future prices is pretty, I would say moderate to sanguine. The feeling seems to be that prices have been very elevated, and especially on the zinc side in particular, that's likely to go down as new supply hits the market. One thing that I'm going to talk about later today is that a lot of the new supply depends on junior mining companies, and junior mining companies tend to be very unreliable when it comes to actually delivering on the timing of what and production that they forecast. And I think a lot of people take what they say in the media as gospel, and it won't be. So I think the actual supply response is going to be a bit more volatile than people expect, and so that could lead to some more interesting volatility than in the metal prices as well as we go forward. I think broadly I do agree that prices are going to come down over the next few years in response to new supply, but we'll also see what happens on the demand side. There's lots of very interesting things happening on both lead and zinc demand.
Obviously we all hope they are sustainable, but we're realists in this business. We know that metal prices can go up and down, but all the signs are very much that in the short to medium term, the zinc and lead prices are going to be maintained at these levels, and certainly consensus pricing indicates that we're going to see sustained levels like this or even higher, certainly out to 2020, and that can only be good for the industry. But long term, I think the most important thing is make sure you operate in the lowest quartile of the cash cost curve.
I think everyone is projecting that, from my side looking at zinc, is that zinc prices are going to decrease from where they are today. And from my side, nickel's a more important commodity to me than zinc is, because zinc makes up only $15 of a battery that's worth $500 in the market. So I would say from my side it doesn't matter that much. I'm sure it matters to plenty of our mining companies, etc. But zinc being where it's priced today, obviously we expect to see that go down a bit.
We now have seen lead and zinc pricing trading at a level that we haven't seen for 10 years. And if we look at the zinc price, it's the 5th highest real price in history. Now, it tells us these prices are unlikely to be sustainable in the medium term. We will either see demand destroyed, or we will see supply coming through, or a combination of both. Now, I would expect to see a slow and steady decline back to the cost curve over the coming years, rather than a sharp fall. But I think that may happen over the next 3 or 4 years. I think we're hitting the peak in pricing cycle at the moment, but I think producers will be working very hard to try and keep the concentrate markets as tight as they can for as long as they can.